So far in this unit's lectures, we've focused on how to manage the calories in side of the calories in, calories out equation. This segment focuses on exercise, the calories outside of that equation. Let's start with reviewing the health benefits of exercise. We've talked about them all semester. We've learned that exercise can control our weight, reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease, reduce our risk of colon and breast cancer, strengthen our bones and muscles, improve our psychological well-being, and increase our chances of enjoying a longer, healthy life. What's not to like on this list? Regular exercise is what we all want and need to strive for. It doesn't have to involve going to the gym, buying a new treadmill, or finding a golf course. It's all about regularly moving our bodies through some form of physical activity. This slide shows us how many calories are burned in various activities. Regular exercise is part of being physically fit. Even if our only type of regular exercise is in-store grocery shopping and playing with our kids, it can help us achieve a higher level of physical fitness, which is defined as the ability to perform moderate to vigorous intensity activities without becoming excessively tired. It goes without saying that proper nutrition is essential for optimal physical fitness and also for optimal sports performance. The physical activity pyramid represents various activities that should be performed regularly in order to maintain fitness. I mentioned that you don't need expensive equipment. For example, cans of food can substitute for weights. You can also purchase exercise bands that are quite inexpensive. Yoga mats can be found at most stores too. Where there's a will, a sidewalk, and a set of stairs, there's a way. Let's look at how exercise is fueled. In aerobic conditions, human cells can metabolize glucose completely to CO2 and water. When cells don't have much oxygen, or in anaerobic conditions, glucose still is a major source of energy, but it can't be completely metabolized. Fat is the primary fuel that muscles use while resting or engaged in low to moderate intensity physical activities. You can see from the slide graphic that the more intense the exercise is, the more carbohydrate is used as fuel. Athletes generally need more energy to support their physically active lifestyles than non-athletes. If athletes do not consume enough energy, they can lose bone density and muscle mass. They can experience fatigue, and they're at higher risk for injury. Females can experience menstrual problems as well. Male athletes who train or compete aerobically for more than 90 minutes daily need at least 50 calories per kilogram body weight per day. Female athletes who train or compete aerobically for more than 90 minutes daily need at least 45 to 50 calories per kilogram per day. The My Plate plan in Unit 3 has some good suggestions on how to plan healthy menus that supply the appropriate number of kilocalories. Diets for competing athletes should supply adequate amounts of energy from carbohydrates. Carbohydrate loading, or glycogen loading, is recommended for helping delay fatigue after an event lasting 90 minutes or more. Carbohydrate loading involves altering dietary and physical activity patterns a few days before an event to increase the muscle glycogen stores well above the usual range. For an event that lasts between 1 to 2.5 hours, athletes should consume between 30 and 60 grams of carb per hour during the activity. During recovery, athletes should replenish their glycogen stores by consuming between 1 to 1.2 grams of carbohydrate per kilogram of body weight during the first 4 to 6 hours after the event. This can be accomplished by drinking sports drinks and fruits, or rather fruit juices. A post-event meal should contain sources of complex carbs, such as whole grain bread, mashed potatoes, rice, and pasta. Athletes who are training or competition can increase their RDA for protein up to 1.1 grams of protein per kilogram body weight. Athletes should also drink enough water to maintain proper hydration during events. In general, athletes should avoid losing more than 2% of their body weight during exercise. Sports drinks provide some nutritional benefits beyond those of plain water. They can also protect against water intoxication, which can occur when people drink too much water, thus diluting the level of sodium in their bloodstream. Whether we are an athlete or just a regular person, maintaining activity throughout our lives can lead to longevity and good health. Our lifestyle goals should include physical activity of some form. Tips for expending more energy should include physical activities you enjoy, increasing the amount of time you spend walking each day, and reducing the amount of time you spend sitting. This concludes the lectures for Unit 10.